Okay. Hi everybody, this is Alice at alicearlene.com, and this is session 5 of my Intro to Mixed Media class. And the last time we adhered our collage materials to the board, so if you'll remember, they were fairly transparent at the end, and so now that they've dried, they've returned to mostly the real thin Bible papers, kind of almost a tissue onion skin type paper. Still retains a little bit of transparency, but pretty much everything goes back to being opaque. So, but, and hopefully you can see, I can kind of, obviously I can't bend my board, so, but everything is very well adhered, so I don't have to worry about it. Now what I do for the edges is I either take a pair of scissors or an X-Acto knife and trim those off. And I don't see my little board to do that. So I forgot about that part. But anyways, or you can just leave them if you like that. So it doesn't really matter, especially if they're small on the board. You can kind of peel it off with your fingernail just so that they're not kind of getting in your way or being disturbing. So one of the things that I don't really particularly care for, especially at this stage, is the stark contrast that there is between the collage materials and the rest of the piece. So usually I'll take, and I really enjoy the transparent sienna, raw sienna for this, but basically I'm just going to do a wash over the piece, but you can use whatever color you'd like. But you can see when I do so, and again, whoops, that brush is not happy with life. So I'm just putting a little bit of paint out there. I'm getting some, I didn't get quite enough, I don't think. Sometimes that's hard for me to gauge. So, I'm getting my paint ready. Get my little paint deal there. And then I'm just going to cover over the entire piece with, and the collage material does tend to make the watercolor paper curl somewhat. So now one way to go about fixing that is after, or really I guess at any point in time. So and then here it is on the board. Just gonna, so, but you can see how it kind of blends all of your work so that it doesn't look, it's not so jarring, I guess. So that's what I do there. And then from this point on, you're just basically continuing with putting more paint layers, more texture, more stamping, more collage material. So all of the steps that I've shown you thus far, you're just going to keep going and going and going until you like what it looks like. So here's one piece that I have that's in progress, and you can tell that I've got quite a few more layers of paint on it. It's obviously not close to being finished yet. And looks like I've buried my other ones I was going to show you. So, but anyway, so just continue on. You can review those sessions. Basically, from the first one, of course, is preparing your surface. So sessions 2, 3, and 4 are all of the rest of the process that you're going through. So once you've completed your piece, you can so on this one, here you go. Whoops, hold on. Let me get these out of the way. So this is, if you'll remember when I did used up my extra paint on the deli paper, this is on tissue paper where I actually painted the tissue paper more, but then I just used the collage material to establish the background of my, the image that I wanted to use. So here's the one that's closer to being finished. So I did the same thing over here. These are the two pieces that I did for a demonstration. And I really enjoy windows and doors, so they show up frequently in my work. So here I've got the window panes, and then I have the mullions that I need to still refine a little bit. But you can see it's a little bit wavy and crinkly. So what I would do once I completed my piece, or in between time, if it's starting to get too wrinkly and your paint wants to puddle funny or whatever, then I would trim off all my edges of the paper so it's not in the way. And then I would just submerge this entire piece. This is on the watercolor paper. You don't have this issue with the board. But on the watercolor paper, I would submerge it all until it's wet. And then I would put a paper, or not a paper towel, like a bath towel or an old towel, terry cloth towel, down. Put this on top of it, face down or face up. Put the towel again, and then a lot of times if I'm doing it towards the end when I'm about to frame my piece, so then I take the glass of the piece and put that down there, and then just put some heavy weights on there and let the piece dry while flat. So then that kind of presses everything out so that the piece is flat and can be framed well. Or, as I said, sometimes things want to really buckle up quite a bit. So at this stage, with this one being so curly, I might try and do the same thing, just wet this back surface and flatten it so that way it's a little bit smoother for me when I'm going to put more paint on there. Otherwise, I mean, it's obviously the paint's gonna roll here if you lose it very loosely and puddle up, which that might be a very cool look. So probably if it were me, I would experiment and see if I kind of liked what it did at that point. So, because I'm curious that way. So I like to know what things are happening. So anyways, I'm not sure if y'all have any questions or anything. You can ask on my Facebook page, or you can sign up for the supply list for the class on my when you sign up for the newsletter on my website at alicearlene.com. Here shortly in the next, I don't know, probably week, taking a look and thinking about my schedule, it might be about a week. So I'll have all of these lessons on a page on my website. And then I'll post that link on Facebook, so that way you can just go from one to the other to the other. So also in future, I plan on doing more classes on how to make your own collage materials, which would be good for not just people who want to do mixed media paintings or whatever, mixed media stuff, but also this stuff works really great for junk journals, or it would be perfect for scrapbooking or anything like that. So I'll be doing a class on that, and also probably some more paint along and achieve this finished painting at the end. One probably similar to this, and maybe some others. So if you're interested in any of that, sign up for my newsletter, and I will keep you posted on all of those happenings through that. So anyways, hope y'all are having a great time, and just have fun with it. That's the best you can. And if you wonder what would happen if you did something, try it and see. You might come up with something else that's fabulous all on your own. So hope y'all are having a great night. Bye-bye.